So Ilhan Omar was back in a hot seat again with her recent rhetoric on the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. This is something that's gotten her a bunch of controversy in the past. Basically, this latest episode involved her putting out this lengthy social media post about Hamas's recent massacre against Israel, and she was basically imploring the U.S. to push for peace instead of sending arms, and was kind of really underscoring some of the poverty in the Gaza Strip where Hamas operates out of. Here's a key quote. She said, "Instead of continuing unconditional weapons sales and military aid to Israel, I urge the United States at long last to use its diplomatic might to push for peace." And so there was a bunch of blowback to this because people like Congressman Lawler were basically saying Israel was just attacked. You know, it would be egregious to stop sending aid now in the middle of a massive conflict here. And at another point in that post, Omar also suggested that Israel was on the verge of committing war crimes. She was basically pointing to comments from an Israeli defense minister who suggested that Hamas was like animals, and he was talking about cutting off electricity and supplies coming into the Gaza Strip, where Hamas, obviously operates out of. And so Ilhan Omar is one of two female Muslim congresswomen, and she's been alongside Rashida Tlaib, and they've both been big advocates of Palestinian rights. Tlaib herself is a Palestinian descendant, and Tlaib had also kind of ginned up controversy on this recently, where she suggested that Israeli policy towards Palestinians was akin to an apartheid state, and got a lot of backlash for that. And her remark also didn't really condemn Hamas by name. Omar did. She did condemn Hamas by name very quickly. Both of them, are members of the squad, and that whole group has been big advocates of Palestinian rights. Omar has had a long history of controversy with her comments on this. She's been accused of anti-Semitism. There were a few remarks from a few years ago where she was suggesting that Israel hypnotized the world. That was her word. And also said at one point, it's all about the Benjamins, baby. So she had since apologized for that and said she didn't understand the meaning of those words.